because, you know, of the land rights struggle. Good evening, I'm Rhoda Roberts.
And I'm Michael Johnson. Welcome to First in Line. Our documentary special tonight is We Come From the Land. It is a film which focuses on the Jerringa and Wreck Bay communities' continuing struggle for land rights in the face of the newly proposed naval development for the Jervis Bay area. So sit back, relax and enjoy the program.
Spirits became restless in the dreaming. Mirigal took the dust of the stars and created the earth. But the earth was dark and cold. So Mirigal lifted up the sky and threw his fire into it and created the sun to warm the earth. And he sent the spirits to live on the earth. These spirits are the life forms that exist today. The people, the trees, and the animals. And of those spirits, there was Bundoola and his 13 wives. And from those 13 wives began the 13 tribes of the south coast, from Botany Bay to the Victorian border. And that's how the South Coast Aboriginal people began. This is the mountain known as Kalangati, which to the Aborigines means a good view. It was here Mr. Berry walked over 100 years ago and declared that he owned all the land as far as his eyes could see.
Our people that lived and moved around in our area, hunting and fishing, were taken away and used as slave labour by the berries.
Because of the plentiful food resources for the Aboriginal people, Mr. Berry found that they would not work because they believed that no man was above the other. So we moved them off the land to the south side of the Shoalaven near the Crookhaven River.
Hunting food was Jackie's business till the white men come along. Put his fences across the country, now the hunting days are gone. Karigada bubbala will dima pilla nacha ginjeriwa.
At the turn of the century, The Marines landed on the Beecroft Peninsula with their small mountain guns. The Aboriginal people were only aware of it when the shelling and the bursting of the shrapnel began. They fled through the bush, holding up their blankets and woggers, trying to prevent the steel falling from the sky.
Ajululu berawal binganya yubangi. Ajululu berawal binganya yubangi. Ajululu berawal binganya yubangi.
The Jerringa people are the descendants of the Aboriginal people that lived in this area.
Ajululu berawal binganya yubangi. Ajululu berawal binganya yubangi.
This place is called Beecroft. It is also known to our people as Bundoola's place. We have a very important place where our old people used to go and have ceremony. This is very similar to the white people, respect for their religious places, such as the St. Mary's Cathedral. There would be a huge outcry if someone went and bombed up their place of worship. But the Navy continues to bomb our place of worship. And the place that we are talking about is the Drum and Drumsticks. That is our place of worship.
Do you support the Navy move to Jervis Bay?
Well, that's a totally unfair question to ask me whether I support it. I initiated it.
There is no doubt about it. The impact of the naval installations at Jervis Bay will have an enormous effect on the communities. And the fact that these installations could be a nuclear target in the future. It is the quality of life for our communities that matters.
But then the white man, with his gunnered education, the land they did collect. When the black man said you must not take, it was classed as disrespect. And reply with, oh, hey, black man, you are standing in the way of a more progressive way to live in a white man sort of way. Yet they were part of this vast and peaceful place. Freedom then was a common thing for the whole Aborigine.
As well as the Navy's intentions for their huge development proposal, we want to make it quite clear that we are opposed, in principle, to any huge development to the land in our area.
In our traditional Aboriginal belief, no one can own this land. We can only share it. It is a part of the initiation and our spiritual beliefs, and that we only exist to share what we catch and what we own with the rest of our community.
We come from the land, and for a long time now we have felt responsible for caring for it, because this is something that's been given to us, so it cannot be unbroken.
If we do not share with others, our incomplete soul would wander forever, alone in eternity.
But we are not opposed to any form of limited tourist development, as long as there are strict guidelines set down. These guidelines, they must contain a sense of responsibility towards protecting the natural environment.
If Mr. Hooker said to me, "I'll buy all this land," he'd turn and look at this village and this place and say to me, "You'll be all right, George." But this is a wonderful place and no money can buy it.
This place is important. It is important because it is related to all other places in our country here. It's like a web which branches out and all things are related. From hunting to ceremony to religion. For a long time, thousands of years, our people have lived on this land. Our very existence is our relationship to this land. And if we cannot have that, something will die within us.
Battleship Missouri, described by the US Navy as the greatest warship in the world.
All these beautiful ladies, tell you the truth.
The USS Missouri and 3 other American warships have brought 6,000 sailors for rest and recreation.
There are over 1 million people use the Jervis Bay area every year. And the Aboriginal communities who live here also have a vested interest in the Jervis Bay area. Over 500 families came here for Christmas, had to be turned away. The Australian people should have consideration over and above the needs of the Navy in this area. What we will ask for is that Jervis Bay be declared a national recreation area for the benefit of all Australians, with an Aboriginal people having a dual trustee arrangement with the Commonwealth.
But I've still got some air ready to...
Oh, yeah.
If that project is approved in this area for the use of the Australian people, particularly the low-income working class person who can't afford to fly to Kakadu like the rich people can, this is where it can be a sharing with the Aboriginal people. And the only way that our people can survive is to share our land with the public, to teach our culture.
My name's Barry Moore. I'm your fearless leader for today, or for your short period while you're here. And you people should want to think yourself privileged, because you're the first girl group that's been brought onto this very spot here. Now, I don't know whether all of you looked on the rocks while you were walking along and seen the axe grinding grooves, but if you haven't, we'll show you later on.
In providing those services to the public, our people will regain their pride in their heritage, and the young people will regain their self-esteem.
What are they all after weights now? That's true. Yeah, right.
Well, I like to think of how the black man used to roam this land. Being part of nature itself for them was our guarded plan. Living free to respect the wonders of flowers, beast and bird, while legends told of long ago were always to be heard.
I'm finished now. Yeah, you were in your tent now.
Yes, they were part of this vast and peaceful place. Freedom then was a common thing for the whole Aborigine race. Why the white man tried to change a way of life, it seems, is because it would not fit into their wayward scheming dreams. Well, they used to track their wild game down with long and practiced skill. Enough to live on day by day was all they'd ever kill. Hunger was an unknown word because of not enough to eat. Roasting on the fires you'd find was the possum and the kangaroo meat. Yes, they were part of this vast and peaceful place. Freedom then was a common thing for the whole Aborigine race. Why the white man tried to change a way of life, it seems, it's because it would not fit into their wayward scheming dreams.
If the Navy moves here to Jervis Bay, this country will be drastically changed. They want to build large wharves, facilities for the ammunition depot and their personnel. This development will also mean strict security access to the whole of this place, the land will be effectively locked away. Not only for the Aboriginal people, but for the non-Aboriginal people as well. I'd like to tell you a story from way, way back in the dream time. And it's about a powerful spirit called Bundoola. Bundoola was given a wife by our tribe. But Bundoola was not happy. He wanted to take another fancy wife. So he tried to poison his first wife by giving a poisoned fish to him. So Bundoola had to be punished by the elders in the tribe for doing the wrong thing. So Bundoola went away down the south coast and to Duon, spirit birdmen. They were sent after him to bring him back. But he got away from them and he travelled back up the coast up to Tianjara Falls. And they caught up with him up there and they tied him up with vines so he couldn't get away. And they were lowering him over the falls. Down and down, they were lowering him. But you see, Bundoola was strong and powerful and clever too. And he was able to get away. Perhaps he may have turned into a bird. And this is where he came back to, down here at Beecroft. And the two Duon bird spirit men, they caught up with him, not far from him. He was standing up in his canoe, spearing the fish through the waves. And when the two Duon spirit bird men saw him, they turned Bundoola into stone. And they sank him beneath the water. And that's why the story is, out here in Beecroft, that Bundoola is the powerful rain spirit.
But now, when the great storms come up, you'll see Bundoola throw his spears of lightning across the sky. And you can hear the thunder of his feet. And the sounds of battle as the Bundoola and the spirits fight once again in the sky.
There's a place also here where if you go, particularly if it's a stranger, you don't know about Bundoola and how strong he is, and if you roll stones down into this place, he will get very angry.
Now it just so happens that we're all a part of this land so large and free. Why can't people seem to realize how the black man wants to be? Maybe he can't walk about the way he used to do, but he'd like to be on equal terms and believe in democracy too. Ha! 'Cause we are part of the vast and peaceful place. Freedom then is a common thing for the whole Aborigine race. Why the white man tries to change our way of life, it seems, it's because it will not fit into their wayward scheming dreams.